guess that's that. All right, and I'll not do that. Hold up, I gotta refresh my app. Yes, switching to creator mode. There we go. Hello, future people. It's a live stream. So this is a, what's the word? Wait, what's this? Oh, how exciting! Oh, I love it. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna show my, no one's gonna see this. Hang on. Here we go. Okay. I have to show this because it's really cool. So one of a favorite game of mine, which is a very small time game, is called Caribbean Sail. Small time indie is what I meant to say. It's called The Caribbean Sail, and the developer behind it, which is the Victorian Clambake, they're making another game called Captain Blacksword, I guess, and it looks awesome. So these are like some early development screenshots, and I actually own a physical copy of the Caribbean Sail. So that's actually super cool. I really like that. Oh, that's exciting. Hell yeah. I'll go put that on my wish list. I know that's super helpful to indie devs. I love it. Oh, it's a pirate game and everything. Like, hell yeah. Oh, I'm so all over that. I'm so all over that. Oh, that's going to be so cool. Oh, I love that. Oh, look at that. So cool. Let's see. Vanquish your foes with a legendary black sword. Explore 3 beautiful and treacherous destinations, each containing, multiple levels, secrets, and boss fights. Become immersed in the retro music. Hell yeah. Discover maliciously difficult bonus levels. Imperceptible secrets, buried treasure, clash with hideous beasts, huck explosives and sharp things around. Creatively use the environment to solve problems. Challenge yourself with an arcade mode. Hell yeah. Engage in some good old fashioned high seas piracy. Did I wishlist it? I already forgot. Yes, I did. Follow. Hell yeah. It says to be announced. Okay, cool. Anyways, I noticed that. It was like one of the first things I saw because I opened up Steam to, no, wrong thing. I opened up Steam to get started on what we're actually going to be doing. Oh no, okay. I got very excited for like 0.2 seconds because I thought, you know what? I want to know real quick. Where's the store page? Can I buy the soundtrack for this? This being Story of Seasons, Mineral Town. I can't. The only the only DLC they have is costumes. Look, man, you don't understand how much I want to just listen to the fall music of that game. It is unending. It literally, you know what? I'm just gonna like play a little bit of it, not the game, but the audio. No one's here, and I don't think I'll be not shut down, but I don't think I'll be like what's the word I'm looking for? You know, DMC takedown, but not that. Mineral Town autumn theme. Hell yeah. Sorry, I've had a return to Jenna Marbles, so there might be a whole lot of hell yeah going on because I love Jenna Marbles. It's this one. Maybe make sure that's not insanely loud. I feel like that's very loud. Anyways, I could listen to that for literally forever. That could literally be my anthem. It could be my soundtrack. That song is like I know people are always like, "Oh, my comfort game" and stuff like that, and there's kind of a little bit of a like, "Is it though?" Like, you know, that kind of thing because obviously you can't feel what they're feeling. When I tell you I get a massive serotonin boost when I hear that particular track, I wish I was joking. It is insane and it is intense and it is immediate. And I'm like in fall right now in that game because I've been playing on my downtime. And it's been a very good time. What other soundtracks do I have installed? I don't know which of these because I have a lot of soundtracks on my Steam in my Steam library from like video games, and I don't actually know which of these is going to get me like in trouble, so to speak. Like I don't know if that makes sense. Um I want to uninstall this one because I have no space on here. I do know that Stardew Valley is very unlikely to get me to have any kind of trouble on the internet. He's not down yet. Checking my baby monitor. So unlikely. So I can probably get by. The reason this is important is because actually I think I am going to need display capture because what we're doing today is very different. We're going to actually do some modding. So we're going to open up the Aurora toolset. Unfortunately, I have something that I know that I want to work on. I just saw my husband lay down my son. So, we're going. I have raised the volume a little bit, so you might hear him kind of kick around as he puts himself to sleep. Excuse me. Let's see. Okay, so we're just gonna leave. Oh wait, I want to get rid of this. This was just a, yeah. This will permanent. Yeah, that's fine. I do want. I think this forest. Yeah, I changed my naming conventions while I was working on this. I just realized that I have the monitor in front of the chat. And I had changed. Hang on, I gotta remember. Nope. Nope. Hang on. Nope. Nope. There it is. Okay, I got it. I had to remember the controls for a minute. It was like, Alright, we need to reset the starting position. No. What was it? No. Yes, there we go. Okay. Again, I have to remind myself how stuff happens. Alright, one of the things that I want to do. So I have a bunch of these encounters that I have in this module. What is the stream named? I don't even remember. Hang on, I'm going to change my stream name. Edit stream info, because I think it's Neverwinter Nights not. Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah, okay, thank you. Stream manager. There we go. So, I really would like very much actually to, yeah, redraw the polygons. So, alright, here's my thought process, right? The idea behind this was that, I'm going to adjust my laptop, but I also want to make sure that I don't cut my head in half. That didn't do anything. Alright, cool, it's fine. When this music doesn't match what what we're doing it. Alright, hang on. There we go. When I set this up, one of the things that I kind of was like, working on in the tutorial that I'm looking at, it was going over like when you place down these types of encounters where it's activated by a trigger, you have it'll this saves on space because the game is obviously rendering everything in this area. So if you have all the enemies spawned in, that can be kind of heavy on the level. But there are kind of the main bonus to this though, or the main upside to this, is that these types of encounters scale in some way. They don't scale perfectly. There is actually like a limit to the scale. So they're like, hang on, let me see if I can go back. This is helping me go over things that I've learned. So when you go into like monsters, right? So let's say I wanted an insect type monster. Beetles. No, hang on. There's something more to this. Because I think that what I'm doing here is actually different. And this is exactly why. Was it custom? No, it was not. Because we don't really want to. Oh god. Yeah, see, okay, so what we're looking at here is an actual dragon that I'm placing down onto the map. This guy's huge, but also I just kind of want to look at him for a second because, oh, look at him. He's beautiful. Oh, I love him. Sorry, I'm distracted. Okay. Anyways, where's the gold dragon? I want to see the gold dragon. Oh, bless. I was obsessed with. I had a book when I was younger, um, that talked about dragons. I think from a D&D perspective, and I loved gold dragons so much. I was obsessed with them, violently obsessed with them. And there's an artist that I used to love called Cirello. I've never actually heard anyone say his name. It's like Ciruello. His dragons, beautiful. His gold dragons, art. Um, I mean, literally and figuratively. Anyways, not the point of this conversation. What I actually wanted to do was paint. I think what we're looking for, because this is models, so this is not what I want. In all actuality, what I want, I might actually have to look this up again. Oops. Also, this is the actual lighting of the module. Paint triggers? Is that what I want? No, that's not it. Sounds. Ooh, that'll be fun. Placeable objects, merchants, items, encounters. Okay, this is what I was looking for. So we have it broken down into hard, impossible, moderate, normal, and very easy. So these scale, but within a range. So if an enemy is easy, then obviously I would be able to handle it at level 1. So all of these enemies are going to scale within a very, very short range. So obviously knowing your areas is going to be very helpful, because if you know your character is going to start at level 1, then you would probably want to start with like very easy in a tutorial area and then move up to like normal, and then that would probably be a good band, and then there would be testing. Now today is Wednesday, right? I'm not crazy. Yeah, it's okay. I had a moment. So I think one of the things that, sorry, my brain just went on a different direction. Okay, here we go. One of the things I wanted to fix. So this particular area doesn't really work with these types of encounters, where if this was an assured path, this was the only path that the player was going to run through, sure, this would work, because then I know for a fact that they're going to touch this trigger and summon what I have over here, which is spiders. And the reason I have spiders there, I had to remember the controls, is because I have these trees with webs. So, makes sense as to why there are spiders spawning there. Now, this type of map doesn't work with this. And another example is, I believe I have a trigger right here, and it summons these enemies. If you run around this and come here, you'll never fight these enemies. And there's another trigger. I have a trigger here, and I think I have a trigger right here. So you hit the spiders, and then you hit this, and these enemies appear. And then you hit this, and I put it along this entire river, and then there are enemies that spawn here. That's all well and good, but if you go around this, you can literally, and I did this the first time I tested this, you can skip, and I did it on accident too, you could skip every single trigger. I just happened to oops, what was that? I just happened, for example, to run up right here, and I didn't trigger the spiders, and I was like, alright, and then I ran this way, and I went this way, and then I went across the river, and I realized all of my triggers can very easily be missed, which is dumb. You don't want that for your module. So if this were a bigger map, then yes, something like this setup, I would have to figure it out so that all of the enemies in the map don't spawn and slow the entire level down, right? But because this map is very small, and it's not a uniform path, like there are multiple ways to get to this house. And we want the player to be able to fight enemies, because that's the entire point of playing the game, right? You want to have fun. So we're going to redraw the polygon, and I think what we're actually going to do, you know what? I'm going to pull this back. Dang it. There we go. No, hang on. There we go. We're going to pull this back here. Yeah? Yes. Okay, I have an idea. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with this one. There we go. I had to think for a second again. We're gonna draw like this. There we go. And that's a very big trigger. But theoretically, right, that should work. So now when the player begins, they're going to obviously touch this trigger. It's going to be very hard to miss this trigger. If they miss this trigger, they know the trigger is there. There's no way they can knowingly miss this. So these spiders are just going to spawn in automatically. And we are actually going to do that with all of them. Do I have this plugged in? Hang on. No, I do not. Interessant. Interessant. Okay, that's a fun way to say that. Where did I have this plugged in? It's my numpad. Sorry, I didn't explain what I was doing. Nobody can see me doing this. There we go. Okay. I don't have a numpad on my keyboard, so I have a USB numpad that my husband very kindly gifted me. It's because I was like, there's some things that I can't do without a numpad. There we go. That's our second one. All right. And we're going to do the same thing with this one. And this is basically like the only real way to make sure that the player, I mean, I guess if I was okay with the player accidentally, dang it, accidentally skipping, you know, enemies, then it wouldn't matter. But I want them, this module isn't very big to begin with, right? I'm gonna make sure that none of my modules are up in the air. So it is important to me that they're able to, I'm probably going to wind up explaining all of this again if people show up, but it's fine. Doesn't matter. This music doesn't match this at all. But it's better to have music playing when you're streaming, if it's even audible, because, well, when you're streaming stuff like this, because it's kind of silent. And as much fun as I am to listen to, and my breathing and the whirring of my monitor, of my poor laptop, it's not that fun. Okay, so this should work. So now what's going to happen, if I test this, which I won't, we'll just assume it works. Or should we? Maybe we should test it. I'll test it. We'll test it. Why not? We're going to pause that. That would not go well at all, because there is music in this. Oh, I don't know how this is going to look, because I'm recording the monitor. Does it look good? Hello? Yeah, okay, it looks fine. So we're going to do new tutorial play. We're going to select a pre-made. And I want to select, oh, this is a fighter rogue character. Oh, it's kind of neat. I try to select something that's like level 4. This character is 100% OP as heck. Level 4, they are not. Oh yeah, see, this character is a level 36 rogue. See, it says devastating rogue, level 4, but what they don't tell you is that he's a level 36 rogue. See, this one, champion of Torm, level 26. He's okay. This one's okay. Is this mine? No. Fighter 3, Paladin 2. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Something that is sensical and also not OP is all get out. There we go. 8,000 gold? Whoo, y'all starting me off rich. Alright. So now see, I've stepped through this, which should be the trigger. So now if I go forward, yeah, see, there are the spiders. Awesome. And they don't poof into place, which was kind of weird, honestly, when I did this last time. Check to make sure that this looks good. Pretty sure it does. Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. So there we go. This is, oh dear. How am I doing? All right. Well, that's good to be aware of, that there is just a skeleton that can pop over and potentially overwhelm the place. Yeah, see, there's another skeleton right there. He didn't see me though. See, this feels so much better, so much more natural in this way for the triggers to be at the beginning of the level, so that way all the enemies are already spawned. They're already here, although I guess it could be questionable as to why these two old people are here and these skeletons aren't attacking them, but let's not ask too many questions. It's a tutorial level. Anyways, we still have a lot of other problems that we need to fix with this, so unfortunately that's where the learning process comes into this, because look, y'all, I'm not that far into this. So, launch the Aurora toolset. And we're going to pull out my trusty book. And we're going to open up the tutorial level. So, a couple of the things that we need to figure out how to do. We're going to open up the forest. Let's go ahead and... Where did Steam go? There it is. Just play Stardew Valley music because it's happy and chipper. And I have the soundtrack for Neverwinter Nights. Like, I could legit just play Neverwinter Nights soundtrack and then it would be thematic. But a lot of the Neverwinter Nights soundtrack is a little stressful, and I don't really want to be stressed right now. So, where are we at? Right. Okay, so I'm on chapter 2 of this cool thing. This is what I'm using. So one of the first things... Oh, no, actually, I don't think I'm actually there yet. Oh, yeah, okay. So it talks about scripting, and one of the things that this brought up was that you can actually, like, open existing modules, I think. Yeah, here it is. Neverwinter chess. Shut the front door. Is that really a thing? Shadow Guard. Huh. Ignore Cinderella. That's my other one. I decided to save this as a new project so that I could more freely mess with this, because when it was the Cinderella project, one of the main issues with this module is that I've actually gone in, due to suggestions from the book, I messed with the setup for vampires, I think, a particular enemy. So now the entire module is affected for that, which is fine. It's not that big a deal. Like, you would do that. Okay, so this isn't what I thought it was going to be, but, I thought there was, what did it say? It was something like, there will be times when you won't want, oh no, not that. It was like, sorry if the lighting in this room is god-awful, as I'm sure you've noticed. So I'm using the light behind me, so if I'm like this, I swear it's not because I'm like an old person. It's because my shadow is blocking the text and it is therefore difficult to read. So, this is in C. So one of the things that it was talking about was opening up you don't need to know. Oh yeah, so you could rip off scripts from the original campaign. The way that it says that, you can find the script in the module contents window. Oh. One way is by scavenging scripts from the official campaign. If we can figure out what makes them sit, open up chapter 1 in the official campaign and find the city score. How would I do that? Like, it just says open it up as if that's supposed to be really easy. However, I don't see anything here for me to open up the like original campaign. So anyways, it does just have what it was talking about here. I'm going to try not to obviously spend too much of this reading. I might just read aloud. Might make it easier and also slightly more interesting. Since Harris... Okay, so... I don't remember how to open them. Oh, I see. So the one that it wants... And I'm going to... It's not really that major of a thing that it wants me to do, but I'm going to do it just because... Bruh. Can I... Oh. What? No. Can Am I Boo Boo the Foo? I want to select my NPC. How do I select my NPC? Why is it not letting me? Am I insane? Have I already forgotten how to select things? Go to start location, reorient camera, paint triggers, paint encounters. Maybe I need to be items, merchants, placeable objects, sounds, triggers, creatures. Yeah, that was it. All right, cool. Anyways. So the one I think that we want to go to properties for our old man, and we're going to take a look at scripts. So the one that I think they're talking about changing is on heartbeat, which is down here in this version. So it's important for me to mention this for future reference. I guess this particular thing. Oh yeah, the book. Sorry, my brain. I'm really tired today. My brain's not functioning. This book is not for the enhanced edition. So sometimes things are just not where I think they're supposed to be. Hopefully this isn't too loud. Maybe I should listen to this. You know what? Actually, it's a great idea. I should probably listen to this on here. Let's do this. You might hear me kind of my channel. I just really want to quickly hear that this is not too loud since I don't have anyone here at the moment to double check. Good. Okay. Oops. I closed the chat. Not what I wanted to do. Thank you. Sometimes it is real hard to make videos go away. They make it real hard for you to move the video player. Anyway, so it's on heartbeat. So we want to do... Oops. I wonder if... Oh, Lord. That's a lot of... Oh, boy. I wonder what all of these mean. Like, these are a lot of different scripts. Well, anyways. If you save it... Okay, hang on. Don't do that. Okay, I want to do... Can I do my own script? What did it say? It says the file blah blah already exists as a standard game resource. If you save it, then this module will use your modified version instead of the global one. I don't really want to do that. Can I make my own script? Is that possible? I'm not sure. It seems like you should be able to just do your own, right? Create a new file. That must be it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Wow. This is familiar. Okay. Well, they just had to make it real small, didn't they? Okay. All right. All right. Look. You're not going to be able to see this very well, but the text for this is real small, and I don't know how to actually open up the module that it's asking me to open up to go find the script that it wants me to find. So I'll have to figure that out later. If is, oops, in conversation is equal to false. And then it wants, oh no, okay, this isn't. Action, play, animation. Action, play, animation. Animation underscore looping, sit, cross. Animation underscore looping underscore sit underscore cross. And then I think there's parentheses. Just kidding, there is not. It's a comma. I'm going to do 1.0, comma, 4,000? Yeah, okay. I've programmed in C++ before, so this isn't like terribly unfamiliar to me. Excuse me. All right, let me just double check this. It is incorrect. We're going to find out if this works. This is one of the things that I think may not translate well between... Oh, hey, God King R. Who is the grandpa? He is a random... He's the quest giver for this particular tutorial module. So he's just a... English. Basically what I'm going through right now is just kind of fixing up the module a little bit, but also kind of figuring out how to do certain things. So like in this particular situation, the book was talking about opening up a module to borrow a script. I don't know how to open up the module, so I'm just copying the script from the book for now. There is a way to do that. Like, oh, funny. Here's all my functions. Well, that's very handy, honestly. Okay, that's a lot of functions. That's a lot of functions. Okay, well, that's fine. We won't worry about that right now. Oh. Oh, I'm gonna hate this. I'm gonna hate that so much. I don't always click exactly where I need to type. So this editor allows you to just type. How long since you've done this sort of thing? Okay, so programming in C++, which I've never learned C, so the closest that I know to C is C++. C++ has been a long time. The last time I programmed, it's been basically like a year, because that's when I stopped working. But it's one of those things, you kind of get back into it. So if is in conversation, object self is equal to false. Action, play, animation. Don't turn off, please. Animation, looping, sit, cross. Is that really a comma? Yes. All right. This looks correct. I'm a little rusty. I will be a little... One of the other problems is that this is like a custom version of C for... Ooh, they have a compiler. Well, that's just fancy, ain't it? So this is a custom version of C for the Neverwinter Nights modules. By custom, it just means that it has functions, basically. So these are not functions that I would know, because these are specific to Neverwinter Nights. So there's going to be some things in here that I'm just not going to know, but I'll know the logic for programming. So when I want to look up stuff, I'm going to be like, there's got to be this thing, and I'll be able to find it for the most part. Okay, so I want to save this. I want to save this as NPC sit. I have caps lock on. So I explained this earlier to myself mostly, and I think to other people, but I'm not sure. Basically, the lighting in this room is behind me. So if you see me like this, it's just because this is my shadow is directly onto this. So I'm going to be like this. So even without any scripting experience, you can probably tell what the script does. Yes, exactly what we're looking for. You can find the script in the module contents window and export it, or just copy the text of the script. Then go to our module. Save it as a different file name, and the editor will automatically compile it for you. Hang on, it says we don't want the first part of this script which makes him talk to himself, so delete lines. Alright, well, heckin' rude, y'all. I typed all that for nothing. After you modify a script, you must compile it for it to run correctly. NPC sit, 0 errors. Excellent. Alright, so... Oh, too much. I was like, wait a second. And then I would like... There we go. There we go. Okay. That should be fine. Alright, where's my... Oh, okay, so... I think we can just close this. And then we can come over here. And... I think eventually find what I'm looking for. Or what I made even. Hang on. Oh. NW script? No. Wait. Hang on. But there it is. NPC sit. I found it. Okay, and we're gonna do the same thing with her, and then we're gonna see if it works. You weren't posing and pretending to be. Scripts, there it is. And then we want on heartbeats. Can I like... Oh, hell yeah. Thank you. Hell yeah. Alright, so we're gonna close this. Pause the Stardew Valley. Because it's not... It's gonna clash really badly with this. Oh, earlier before I did this, I fixed up my... I'll show you actually when we hit this. I fixed up my enemy spawn points. There we go. Also, if you hear banging, it's because my son is putting himself to sleep. He's doing fine. I can go in as this guy. Doesn't matter. He'll probably be fine. So now, where my trigger is for enemies is actually this whole segment right here all the way up to this pit. So that it's basically impossible for the player to miss it. So now, enemies are already spawned in. But what we want to see is... Yeah, look at them, they're sitting! It worked! Oh, gee, what is that? No, wait, no, what is that? Ew, what is that? I've never seen this thing. This straight up alien from from the Alien movies. That thing is so unokay. Oh, he fights fast. I love him. I should really use more pre-made characters instead of like starting at level 1 all the time. Is everyone in this going to be... No. Basically the like story behind this tutorial quest, bro, with how fast you hit things, these things should be dead by now. Thank you. So what was I gonna say? Oh Lord. What was I talking about? Oh, right. Okay, so the story behind this is that you're just like kind of traveling through the woods, right? And you're looking forward to getting into an inn to stay the night. And then you see this couple sitting here by a fire, and you come up to them, and basically they're like, hey, our inn has been attacked, so if I go talk to this guy, he's gonna say, please sir, won't you take pity on us and our tale? Of course, old one. I'm grateful to you. You see, we own the Black Grove Inn just down the road. A pair of I don't know what they were, but they surely weren't human. The look in their eyes. They killed most everyone there and tried to bar the doors. What can I do to help? Please, you must get rid of those things. We'd be forever in your debt. So the idea is you have a quest that they give you, which is to go in there and defeat the vampires that have taken up their... Hey, Gontos! So these guys are just the owners of the inn, and these vampires have shown up out of nowhere. Darn vampires. And yeah, let's just we're gonna go ahead and quit now that we've seen that the sitting animation works. Bugging. Debugging? Bugging. Yeah, I'm gonna bug my game. Okay, so yeah, so as we can see, my enemies load in better. It's a smaller... I was explaining this earlier. Let's see if I can give the Cliff Notes version. It's basically just, I have a very small level. It really doesn't matter that all of my enemies are loaded in right at the start. And it's much easier for this type of level, which is that it's very... it's not very linear. So there, as you can see here, like I was saying earlier, because I was mostly talking to myself and pretending that I was recording a video, basically. Basically, when I first tested this out, I actually walked in such a way that I missed the trigger right here for the spiders, so I didn't even spawn them in. There's a trigger here for undead, but the trigger's over here, so because I went this way, I never hit this trigger. And then there is a trigger here for animals, and there is a trigger right here, I think it was right here, for more undead over here. The problem was I ran this way, this way and then this way. So the first time I ever tested this module didn't hit a single one of my enemy triggers, which means that the player was completely unbothered. You know, if I was just a random player. In that particular instance, the player received no enemies. So they just got from point A to point B and was like, well, that was dumb. So there was nothing stopping them, nothing giving them any kind of like problems. And the reason that we want these types of like trigger type events is because when you have these, they scale in a manner of speaking, not entirely. So all of these enemies, I believe, fall under moderate. So they scale with your character to an extent. So if I put very easy enemies, they're not going to scale as much as enemies that I have on, say, moderate or even hard. So if I have hard enemies, they're going to scale much higher above you. If I think of this in like RPG Maker terms, it's like, do you want the enemies to be lower than your character, the same as your character, or above your character, basically? So, yeah, I think that was actually pretty succinct for once. Um, right. Okay. So we won't cover the other stuff here. Okay. So it says, what else is there in here? The moral of the story, you don't need to know a lot about scripting to rip off scripts from the official campaign. Well, okay, so one of the problems is it talks about opening up the official campaign. And it doesn't, I don't think it really told me how to do that. It said one way is by scavenging scripts from the official campaign. Remember how the displaced citizens of Neverwinter were sitting cross-legged outside the gates that led them to their home districts? If we can figure out what makes them sit, we can steal that script and put it in our sample module. Open up chapter 1 of the official campaign and find the city core. So when I go to open, I have Contest of Champions, Kingmaker, Neverwinter Chess. See, like, I don't see in the modules where that is. Do you know what I mean? Import, perhaps? Earth. Modules? Temp? Poor puppy. He's sneezing. Oh, hello. All fun and games, hunting bandits until one called Bandit Annihilator spawns in. Oblivion be like, here are some robbers with armor made from demon blood. Good luck. Yeah, no kidding. New Year, New You explained something that made sense. I know. I was actually kind of impressed with that. Right. Well, I don't think that was it. See, so one I mentioned this already, but this is an old guide. I'm using enhanced edition. So things are like in different places. The menus look a little different. Things are a little crisper. It is the enhanced edition, but this is the OG edition before even any of the other modules were released. Hello, Crystal. That's me. Welcome. I'm gonna, oops, sorry. I'm gonna take a sip of my tea. And also, I forgot to start up the Stardew Valley music. Because otherwise you have to listen to my computer just in the background. Which, it's a gaming laptop, it's fine, but it's not. See, it just says... It seems like I'm supposed to be able to just straight up open up the module. I was gonna look this up on Google. I don't think that's gonna work. Let's see. I'm just gonna fold that, put that on my leg. If I had a music stand, this would be so nice. Your computer trying to run Minecraft? Yeah, really? I still remember back in the day, like in Bedrock. Was it No, it was like Alpha. I started playing Minecraft just after Alpha, like beta, the very beginning of beta, and running Minecraft on my HP desktop, which was not a gaming computer by any stretch of the imagination, was like, will it work? Will it not work? It's gonna sound like a rocket. No, that was my brain. I think the one I started with. Yeah, it's been a while since I first played Minecraft. It was very early on. What am I doing again? Right. So, Neverwinter Nights module. How to open Main campaign. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I need to do Aurora tool set. How to open, oh my god, that's exactly what I want. How to open campaign modules. Workshop downloads get stored in a special Steam, aka often not working folder. I forget the path right now, but navigate to Steam Workshop, and it is the folder beginning with 744. Move those .mod everything to the corresponding folders. Jesus Christ. That will get downloaded modules available to the toolset. With the campaign ones, make a copy of 3 modules conforming to each expansion and paste in the modules folder. Next, this is basically programming, by the way. You don't know how to do something, you go to Google. Next, rename the original modules to backup so you don't lose them. Then rename your copies. Oh no, that's really confusing. Oh no, that's way too many steps. Why have you done this to me? Officially, the campaigns do not become available for editing until you have played through them. What? Heck! Really? Wait, are they right? So if I beat the module, then it'll allow me to edit it? Well, at least we know that this is an answer. So this will work. I'm just very leery of moving things around like that. That sounds like it could go very poorly. Sorry for the knuckle cracking. I am a mass murderer knuckle cracker. Okay, well, anyways, we'll save that for later. If I really desperately need scripts from the modules like that I want to look at, we'll come back to that. So, it says, now let's fix the conversation bug. You talk to Celino, he asks you to help him, and you agree to, but what happens when you talk to him again? He says the exact same thing, but you already agreed to help. That's just stupid. You could scavenge from the official campaign to deal with this problem, but using the handy-dandy script wizard built into the conversation editor is an even easier solution. Love that for me. I'm going to read this out loud just so that I'm not staring at a book for the live stream, and also so you guys know what my... Oh dear. That was not what I was expecting. All right. So, okay. So here... Oh no. What have I done? Oh, okay, that's fine. So here's my conversation that I've written for him. Everyone knows that programmers are made of 95% GitHub and 5% polyester. 95% GitHub, 2%... No. It's like 75% GitHub, 20% Google. Depending on the type of programmer, it might be 75% Google, 20% GitHub, and then 5% crushed dreams. Okay, right. So, open up Celino. Well, they call him Celino. I gave him a different name. I don't remember his name. Anyways, I moved my finger. There it is. Open up Celino's conversation and add another node to the root that says something like, alright, Ed, have you had any luck? Right. Oops. There was more to that. I'm just gonna wing it. May the gods be ever in your favor. Kind of fun. I'm sorry. I'm a little too proud of that. All right. Anyways. May the gods be ever in your favor. It rhymes. I'm sorry. All right. Go to his first line of conversation, the good sir or madam, and hit the text appears when. Oh. You don't say. Where's that? Oh, here it is. All right. Sorry, when I start thinking, I do this when I drive too. I don't know if you can actually see me. I start leaning whenever I'm working, so I start slowly going further in that direction. Whenever I think, and I do this when I drive out loud, when I think out loud. I start affecting terrible accents, and I mean thick, like really bad British, almost Cockney accents. So if that happens, I'm sorry. Been doing it since I was like 5. It is now officially burned into my personality. And oh, I saw this on a post recently and it cracked me up because I resonated so much with it. It was about like people who grew up loving accents and so trying to mimic them to learn them. And now they're terrified of accidentally mimicking a person to their face. And I am 100% that. 500%. I, especially with English accents, which again, like I do decent, but like an English person would know that I was not English. So I am legitimately terrified that if I were talking to an English person, I would accidentally mock them. Like if they started, with a really thick, especially a thick accent, like I would just straight into it and I would be like, oh my God, because it's one of my biggest fears. Unintentionally mimicking, right? Like I do the exact same thing. And so like when I was a kid, whenever there were movies with accents, I would sit there and say the line that they said because I loved the way it sounded, especially English accents, but just all accents in general. If I heard a fun accent, I would sit there and mimic it. And because I loved it and I was a kid, didn't think of it as mocking people. But if you do that to a person's face, they're not going to see it that way. For some reason, I always narrate in a British accent. I never consciously choose that. Honestly, I feel that. Right. Hit the script wizard button and then check the local variable. Oh, okay. Okay. Oops. I don't think that's it. Hang on. Is this? Oh, script wizard. Local variable. All right. Keep all the defaults. Where int is equal to constant int. Yeah, okay. Keep all the defaults. This variable will be an integer. Input the name. Quest taken. Do we have a... Oh, no, we don't have a Boolean. Okay. So we're going to do... In this case, this works. In the last box, put 0. 0. Okay. Then hit add. All right. What's his name? I don't remember his name. It says save it as Selena 1, which obviously is not going to help. Old man 1. There we go. Excuse me. Oh, hang on. Missed some things. I think a lot of us sort of form homeostasis with the media we consume. Yep. Letterkenny made me talk real funny for a while. I've done that where, like, if you're, like, watching or listening to something and they have, like, a thick accent and you get really into it and you enjoy it and then you just start copying it because you're, like, you want to keep hearing the thing or you're, like, enjoying the thing so much that you just want to keep living the thing. And then, of course, your life changes, your manner of speech, your customer service voice is a southern accent. I was born and raised in the Midwest. To be fair, there's some parts, because I'm in the Midwest also, obviously, there's some parts of the Midwest where I live, where I can go, and it is some thick southern, like very close to southern. It's like a thick accent. It's like some bless their heart kind of thing, and I love it. Like, I have to be, when I spend a lot of time with my husband's side of the family, because they're from, I was going to say south, that's not true. One town is from the north of us, from small areas. God, I love their accents so much. I 100% affect it. We came out here once for 2 weeks when I was first living here, and we spent nearly not living, but when I was first visiting, I spent nearly every single day with my husband's family. By the time I left, I straight up was like, I had like a nice thick accent, like you could almost believe that it was real. This ain't perfect. Like, this ain't the accent. Like, if you listen to a real person from my family, you'd be like, oh, wow, that is a gorgeous accent. This is not quite right. This is like a girl from California who has a Valley Girl accent. effect in it. It's not as pretty. But yeah, anyways. But otherwise, don't have an accent. Yeah, it's one of those things. Normally, I can have a pretty thick Valley Girl accent because I am from the Valley. But yeah, when that happens, whenever I hear the Valley Girl accent actually come through, it cracks me up. I'm like, oh no, where'd that come from? Anyways, what we're doing. Local variable is something you create which the software will remember when the conversation is over. Think of it as a numerical switch. Right now it's off. When you accept the quest, it will be flipped on to 1. At the beginning of your conversation, Celino's conversation will check to see where the switch is and react appropriately. So for the new line, we want to do the exact same thing. Create a script that looks for the local variable quest taken, but this time it checks to see if it's a 1. Right, so this one. So we're gonna do this. Local variable. Quest taken. 1. Did I spell it right? Yeah, I did. Oh. Man 2. Awesome. I'm sure that was attractive. Have you thought about doing an audiobook versions of game guide books? That would be cool. I don't know if anybody would want that. But that would be fun. At the beginning of your conversation, blah, blah, blah. Create a script that looks for the local variable quest taken. Now we need one more script to flip the switch after you accept the quest. The quest. Go to Celino's line after you accept the quest and select Actions Taken tab. Right. So, one of the lovely things that I love about this, bless this tool editor, you can... Alright, so for these 3 options, so when he talks to you, you have 3 options. You can say, of course, old man, old one, sure thing, old timer, if I have to. All 3 of these have you would think have different reactions. But for the sake of the tutorial, because it wanted to show me something, they all lead to the same conversation. He's still awake. I wonder if I'm too loud. I don't think so, because he's not crying. Why this 50-page guidebook is 4 hours soon, it'll make sense too. Right, there's some pictures and screenshots here. I'm just trying to explain as best I can. Sure thing, old time. Right, okay, so in this first option, I have the entire branch right here. The whole conversation. Instead of copy pasting, I paste a link to it, which is so beautiful. I was like, that saves so much time and space, and it just looks nicer. So I just link directly to this. Anyways, what can I do to help? Well, I suppose you don't have to care. Anyways, open the script wizard and you'll have 3 new... wait. Go to Celina's line after you accept the quest. What can I do to help? Please, we'd be forever in your debt. Okay. And actions taken. Right. Yes. Alright, yeah, I'm fine. We're doing this correctly. Open the script wizard. You'll have 3 new options. Choose set. Set a local variable. We want to do quest taken. And we want to set it to 1. Choose set local variables, leave the defaults, and add quest taken and 1. Add it and save it as Celino 3. Add. Next. His name's not Celino, so this would just confuse me later down the line. Now Celino will remember that you've already agreed to help and say only the second line. Since we're only dabbling in scripting now, we won't cover the other stuff here. But these same techniques we used above, mixed with a little creativity, can solve the rest of the problems we listed just as easily. Oh, I love this track. Right. Yes. Yeah. So that should work. I mean, we can go ahead and test. It doesn't take that long to test. Just pause this. And wait for that, and we'll just go ahead and go in and test. It says, this simple module may not be a masterpiece of modern game design, but it's pretty amazing what one can whip up in an hour or two. This exercise was just a quick introduction to the basic features of the Neverwinter Nights toolset. If all you aspire to create is combat-oriented dungeon crawls, then you already know just about everything you need to. But if you'd like to create a complicated adventure with vivid settings, memorable characters, scripted events, custom content, and interactive storylines, then read on. We've barely scratched the surface of Neverwinter Nights. Okay, cool. And then we hit chapter 2, which has a lot more text. So that might get a little audiobooky for a hot minute. Oh, dang it. I don't really have anywhere to put this. That's a little bigger. There we go. All right, let's test this. He's almost asleep. He's doing pretty good. He's just kind of taking his time. Let's pull up that rogue. I like him. He's neat. We're gonna go for the full tutorial, because unfortunately we're gonna need a little bit more than what I've learned with this basic tutorial. Like, I don't have anything that I haven't input anything that works with a journal, which, by the way, I didn't explain this in previous streams. You can straight up type into this journal. Alright, I misspelled all of that. But, yeah, it's pretty neat, bruh. There you go. Fast typing for the win. Anyways. Aw, butts. Alright. Oh, it made that thing again. I don't want to... Aw, man. Alright, well, we'll have to... We'll have a chat. Oh, no, I might not survive this. Oh, I'm not going to survive this. Oop. Keep up. Yep, no, I didn't survive this. Okay, so... exit. Alright, we're gonna get a different character, because, whoo! Select pre-made character, and I know which one we're gonna go for. We're gonna do this one. Champion of Torm, level 26. Paladin, level 6. Fighter, level 8. This character is ridiculous. So, we'll just... I mean, I guess... No. I was gonna say, if I wanted to avoid the spiders, I could probably just... You know what? We're gonna do this, and we're gonna see if I can get the spiders to come over here. There we go. She's ridiculously powerful. She's gonna almost one-shot these things. She's ridiculous. Yeah, that was bad. I got wrecked in that fight. So yeah, these things, they went down without an issue, man. Although that Ettercap thing didn't appear. I have them, by the way. They have their own specific faction. So enemies aren't going to attack them, because obviously it would be kind of bad if my quest giver died. So that's why the enemies are ignoring them. Logically, it doesn't make sense, but who needs logic? Look at her. Her health is barely touched. So we're going to go through... I mean, the whole point of this is not really to create something, which is... It's part of the fun. I would like to create something. However, the ultimate goal... None of these enemies drop anything, do they? I wonder if there's a thing, if there's a reason for that, like a setting. 'Cause enemies normally drop something with relative... I couldn't remember this word the other day. Often. Anyways, of course, go on. What can I do to help? Please, you must get rid of those things you'd be forever in your debt. Okay, a variable should have been set. Have you had any luck? May the gods be ever in your favor. We did it, brah. We did it. Please speak to my husband. And then she sits back down. She's like, oh, my back. All right, cool. Well, we did it. So just to kind of show those of you who haven't seen the module before, we have some more enemies up here that we need to take out. So here's a bear. A nice dire tiger. He said the thing. It has worked. Also, my son fell asleep, so I'm gonna bump up his monitor and pop this on. He's very quiet when he puts himself to sleep, which is why I take this off. Yeah. Come here, Morg. So, because the enemies are set to moderate level, that's why they're not terribly difficult for her, because she's not moderate. She's very high leveled. However, I feel like that's fair. A, I'm not creating a custom character, and B, I don't have a party. If I had a party, it would be different. Like, I would feel better. But I haven't learned how to create NPCs, and I haven't learned how to create parties. Oh yeah, I was talking earlier. One of the main goals that I wanted for these live streams was just to learn stuff, learn game dev. In this particular instance, for Neverwinter Nights modules, which is a very specific thing. Um, it's just to have fun. It's not necessarily to finish stuff. So there's gonna be a lot of tutorial going for a while. I might do stuff on my own, just so that we're not reading from a game manual. What's my hair doing? Had like this weird thing going on at the edges of my eyes. So as you can see, there's all my enemies. We could probably litter some containers around this area with like potions and healies and all that kind of stuff to help the player, because there is nothing. And I have an in key here. You can bash this door down. You can also unlock it, I believe, if you have that type of character. I know that the key is here, therefore I'm going to use it. And then we're going to go ahead and go into this area. These guys don't say anything. They're supposed to be the final bosses. They're the whole point of the quest. So, as you can see, she kind of wrecks them. So they're not very strong. Okay, so one of the things that I think would honestly do a little better from this is I don't want the vampires to be in here, because there's actually, for whatever reason, a cave down here. And I think it would be, the tutorial told me to put cave here. I said that like I just created it, and I don't even know why. I have a chest here. There's nothing else in this cave. Like, we can kind of go in here. There is nothing else in this cave. So, like, if we talk about like game design elements, right? This cave is pretty dark, and I don't actually want to change that. It's kind of neat. There's actually this direction over here, and there's this area over here. This area is quite obvious because this is actually like mildly lit. Now, one thing that we could do in case the player has chosen a pre-made character like I have, and they don't have any items, we can put a dead body right here, a container, as the actual logic is. We would put a container here and put a torch on them, and I don't know, some gold. And that way the player is able to pick up a torch if they don't have one. And then this area becomes brighter. We can also do that in the forest, because the forest is also quite dark, so that the player always has a torch available in some way. And then I think another thing that we could do to make this a little more interesting, I did this layout on accident, but I actually kind of like that this area is well lit, and there's this path here, but it's a little dark. So this area would not be immediately noticeable unless you have a torch or you have dark sight, or dark vision. But we could put the villains in here, right? So the ultimate boss. Excuse me. We put the ultimate boss somewhere down here. The two vampires. We could put both of them down here, and then eventually, when I learn how to do journal stuff, we can have it. I can upgrade the conversation so that the elderly people are like, "Hey, there are two vampires, and I need you to defeat them both," because we don't know where they came in from, or something like that. And then in this dungeon, I'll put like a few enemies. I can make the map bigger and then put the vampires at the back. One could be down this path and one could be down this path, or they could be together if I hate the player. And then they could come back together in a central area and then have the treasure chest be there, and it'll be the player's reward. One of the nice things about modules is that, hello, thank you, you can save your character So if I wanted this to be a type of module where the player gets a huge bonus at the end, that they can carry over to other modules, which a lot of people do, I could give them like a ton of gold. And then, you know, there you go, friend. You have 5,000 gold. Or something like that. I don't know. It wouldn't make sense because the people of this inn are supposed to be on hard times, but you get the point. One of the things keep in mind is the fact I don't think this is doable with a level 1 character. So there is, with this tutorial quest, which makes sense, there's a little bit of balancing. But I imagine a lot of this is probably going to be addressed with the guide. Oh no, I accidentally bent the pages. Why am I like this? Oh, I'm a terrible human. Okay. So, if I understand correctly... Oh. Oh, I see. Oh. Well, never mind. This whole Blackguard or Black Grove Inn thing doesn't really get finished. So, I mean, with what we know, I could just go in and muss this up a little bit for no reason except to just have fun. Welcome to Generia 2. This is gonna take some explaining. I don't know why I just processed that. So we have all our enemies. Like I said, we could go ahead and put a nice little container right here. Where is my place? Well, paint placeable objects, containers and switches. We could do a body, a corpse even. Yes, here we go. And then because this position displeases me, nope, that was incorrect. Nope, that was incorrect. There it is. So we could even theorize that, aha, a dead body. That's a bad sign. And now we need to go into properties, and we're going to say has inventory, and then the inventory we're going to come into here. Hang on. Actually, I think I need to do something else. It's under miscellaneous. Other, I want torch. Yeah, boy. All right, there we go. Torch. Skin. All right. I was like, general allow. I think these two scripts we don't want. Yes, because, okay, so the reason I did that, containers automatically will randomize equipment for the player. So if you have, you know, you have a container that you've just placed, based off of your level, I believe, it will change what's in the item. Oh, I forgot to show you my other containers. I have other containers. So theoretically, this guy should now be able to give the player a torch. And you know what? We should probably, now that I think of it, also, I opened up the properties by double clicking it. Didn't know that was a thing. Can this be 10 out of 10 like the first game? Yes. I wonder if potions? Yes. All right. I just want like light wounds. We'll put 2, perhaps. Did I do? No, no, no. I just wanted to get rid of it. No, I just want to get rid of it. Delete. There we go. Okay, now, so we've got 2 potions and a torch. Can I change the amount of the item? Ah, stack size. Okay. So we could put, like, 3 potions in that way. Yeah! We'll find out. You know what? We'll do it, and then we'll see what it does. So now this person has a torch and a couple of potions, right? I wish I knew how to do NPCs and like parties and stuff, because I feel like you should have a party when you're doing this quest, but mayhap I am incorrect. So, I'm trying to think how I want to. I mean, this is totally unnecessary. How I'm trying to, like, you know, intensify this. We could reward the player for exploring around this area by putting a few more, you know, containers, such as corpses. We put one here. Hello? Oh, I'm dumb. We'll just put one there. There it is. And then we'll just allow that to generate. Nope, nope, nope. There it is. And we're going to put like another corpse here. I had to think. And we could put a couple corpses here. These are containers, so they will always contain something. Makes sense. So we could just put a corpse and then, or a, yeah, hang on. So battlefield, the battlefield, impaled human corpse. It's gonna work out better if I do it from this angle. So we'll put that guy there. No, the pile of the plague victim. No. Defaced statue. Corpse wagon. Arrow-filled corpse. Sure. Alright, skeletal remains. Skull pole. What is that? Huh. A speared corpse. Just to decorate the place, you know what I mean? What does this one look like? I don't need that. Oops, my chat disappeared. There it goes. Alright, so I love this music while I'm, you know, just popping corpses around. And then if we wanted to be real mean, we could put like containers. We could put like a couple of barrels over here or something. There we go. There we go. So these are just random barrels that have inventory. There is a hierarchy to these, by the way. So like, depending on the type of barrel, I think better items can be found in them. So I may have just placed like a level 1, 2, and 3 barrel right here so they could have different inventory. Might be interesting to test out, actually. So we'll find out, excuse me. So I think what we'll do is we'll come over here to the interior, which is loading. Ah, my interior. What we can do is take these two. Can I, okay. Can I just go down to the basement? I cut her. So she, I just have, like, removed her. Can I just, like, yeah, boy. Oh, I did not know that was going to work. Cool. Dang it. I cannot. Oops, excellent. Okay, so now we need to go back to the interior and we can cut him. We could theoretically pop them in 2 different areas. And have them like this. Oops. And then we can take this. Oops. Oops. There we go. And we'll pop this here. There's a sword in here. It's not really that great. It's a tutorial sword. There's no point for it. So what we could do instead is... It was just a well, I'll keep it because I would like to remember how I did that. Custom? How do I put money? I'm actually not sure. Creature items. That was a I don't know what that accent was. Other? Bodax tooth. Maybe the old couple can join the party for their two retired adventurers come back for one last fight. I wish I knew how to do that. Unfortunately, I haven't learned how to like add people to the party yet, or how to create NPCs. So like they don't have stats at the moment. Those two old people. And also now that I think about it, I don't think you can have a party in this game. Now that I think about it, I think you can only have one henchman. I just remembered. In Neverwinter Nights, you can't have like a full party. You can only have one henchman. So, never mind. That was a bit silly. Oh, gold piece. Okay, there we go. Yeah, boy. Okay, so then we'll just do like, I don't know, 2,500 gold. Yeah. Yeah, beach. Oh, I figured it out. Okay. So, that said, right. Let's do a lovely little encounter. Not what I wanted. Yeah, paint encounter. I'm gonna do moderate. And let's do... Excuse me. Is there goblin? Did I miss goblin? I did not miss goblin. Okay. Ogre. Orc. Seems a little much. Undead all. That sounds fun. Is this the... Yeah, okay, it's this. I don't need it to be that big. We're gonna do it so that it... Oh, shoot. Cool. And then we need to add spawn point. The spawn point we're gonna put here. Yeah? Cool. And then we do like a vermin. Nah, we'll do undead. Oops, no, not what I wanted. There we go. Oh wait, no. This is this. We're just gonna do the same thing that I did before. Technically speaking, I don't have to do this because in this particular situation, right, this is a much more linear path. So we'll put this here. Yeah. And that seems fine. Oops. I should probably put more potions. How about undead vermin? I don't know if there's a combo, but I think this works. And oh, you know what we should do? So we've done that. We can go into the inn and put... The undead probably would have made more sense up here, but... I'm curious to see devil encounter. Well, that just sounds bad. Corporeal undead? What is that? What's the difference? We do undead medium group, so it's a little different. Hang on. Okay, there we go. So there's all these areas the player would conceivably walk into and expect to find stuff, and currently they can't. So we'll change that up. So I'm trying to think. It should be fine if I do it like this. Yeah. And then we're gonna put this like here. Cool. Nah. Yeah, we'll put it here. Can I? No. All right. It's probably. Oh wait. Can I do it? Oh my god, that's brilliant! I didn't even think of that. You can just add spawn points for one trigger. But of course. Why wouldn't you be able to? Brilliant! Sorry. Alright, I'll stop that. Okay, so we've done an undead medium group, which I think fits the fact that we have some vampire bad guys. And then we can come back over here, do some placeable objects, and do some barrels. A crate. Let's do a crate. We do a desk. This looks like a dining area, so perhaps not. A crate would make sense over here. So I'm getting excited, and that's it's kind of increasing the the accent probability. Okay. And we'll open up this. I love like I love this kind of stuff. So we're gonna go into miscellaneous and potions. We can do light wounds. We're gonna do another like 3, a stack of 3, and then we can do. I don't actually think Neverwinter stacks potions when they're found on people, but it's fine. That should be fine. It's mostly just like healing items that I want to like. Okay, there we go. I had to remember where. Dang it! There we go. And then I could put like, I don't know, maybe we will put a desk here. We're not. Where am I? Yeah, this is fine. No. Where is this in the space of things? Yeah, that's fine. Jars, a loot bag. Speaking of which, none of my enemies drop loot. Why? Dang it. This music kind of fits. Can I see like properties? Creature list, scripts, user defined, basic. Just seems so strange to me that none of them drop any lootable items. You know what I mean? On enter, on exhausted, on exit. There must be something. No, that didn't bring up anything. Okay. Alright, I think we'll leave it be for now. I'm sure that it will teach me how to do that later. And then, theoretically, if we go down into the basement, I think... I'm sure there's a way... Hello? Oh, there we go. I was like, hello? I'm sure there's a way to, like, trigger, like, a, hey, you've beat the module, but I haven't learned how to do that yet, and we're just doing this with what I've learned. So... Set up store. Oh, that's fun. Adjust location. Adjust palette properties. Let's go to properties. If we go into scripts... On death. I want... Excuse me. Specify this creature is plot related. He is, but he's supposed to be defeatable. Just kind of looking at what we have here to see what our options are. Hostile, subrace, deity. Does that matter? Feats. No, I don't want that. Statistics. No, I don't want to mess with that. What I want to do... Oh, variables. Name. What we really want to do is a script. On death. Edit. Yeah, that's okay. Is he a vampire? He is. The tutorial asked for it, basically. He's a vampire lord, I think? Like a duke or something? So, here's our void main. So we have our basic craft drop items. Oh, killer, signal event, event user defined. On death, user defined event does not trigger reliably and should probably be removed. What? On death, user defined event does not trigger reliably and should probably be removed. That is cracking me up. Call to allies to let them know we're dead. Speak string NW I am dead. Shout attack my target only works with the on spawn in group. That's a funny comment. Should probably be removed. That's like something you see, like it was like a completed module, and then you go in to like check the code, and there's something that's like, don't leave this in final product, and you're like, wait. I've done that before. Okay, so what I want to do is set a variable that will say that he's dead, right? So if we have an integer and I can set like integer to integer plus 1, and that way we'll have like vampires killed 1 and then vampires killed 2. And then we'll be able to go back to the old man and we can say if, you know, the variable is 2. Look, we couldn't get this dang thing to work, so let's somehow get it working. Cheers. Exactly. We don't have to do this. I can always do this later. It's just kind of one of those things where it's like really fun to kind of figure out on my own. Is there like a set? I don't know why I'm doing set. That's really stupid. All right, hang on. Let's see. We're going to do... We could just do... So this is on death. So basically, Dude Bro is dead, right? No, it needs to be... It needs to be a global variable. Yeah, no. Don't save changes. Alright, we need a global variable. I just realized that because obviously... We could give him a conversation, but he is an enemy, so I think it is actually just going to make him attack us. His name is Lucius. Tag NW Vampire, Vampire Male. Forever anchored to their coffins. Oh, my chat just disappeared. Let's see. Trying to think. What was I just... Oh, yeah, we needed to go to variables, but I can't remember. Here it is. It was under advanced. So we're going to say vampires killed, integer, and its value is 0. Okay. So now, if I go to scripts and I go on death, really quickly, I want to read this. If you save it, then this module will use your modified version instead of the global one. Probably shouldn't do that. So what we can do is that, and then we'll just pop over here real quick and we'll paste that so that I don't save over something. Or I guess, you know what I probably could have done was a save as function. Alright, well, not my brightest moment. We'll just undo that. And then can I just like kill that file? No? Alright. Well, anyways. You know what? Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do save as. And we're going to call this Vampires on Death. Awesome. And then I can say... Now, if we come over here, we should be able to find my variable, right? What was the variable that I created for the old man? The script was called old man, but I had variables, didn't I? Oh, butts. I don't remember what they were called. What am I looking for? Vampires killed, so LMWQRSTV. Great. They're not in here. constants, perhaps? There's quite a few V's. Okay. Up, shoot. Creature level. Feck. Alright. Well, that's annoying. Yeah. Save to vampires on death. That's fine. So we have vampires on death, which doesn't do anything at the moment because it's just, it doesn't. So let's see. I'm completely finagling this. Like, vampires killed. So what does this do? It's in here, but why? Alright, so there must be an area where I can access my variables. Trigger wizard, encounter wizard, door wizard, creature wizard. Waypoint. What's a waypoint? Plot wizard. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I haven't learned yet, so we're just not. Journal editor. Let's see. Oh boy. This might be, I might not be able to do this purely. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have double clicked. Hang on. Let's see. Let's do this. Give me a right click. Thank you. Variables. So what can I do with that? Because he has a variable now, but I can't seem to access it within the script, which seems kind of, unless there's like a self, like, is there like a self? Functions? Voice near death? No. So maybe if I check now under V. Perhaps it's as simple as just simply saying vampires killed. Does C have plus equal? Hang on. Does C have... Oh god, this might not actually work because Google, it might not see that. In modern C, or even moderately ancient C, plus equals is a compound assignment operator and equals plus is parsed as two separate tokens. So it does have plus equals. Alright. Error, variable defined without type. This is perhaps a self dot. I don't know if that's a thing in C. Huh. Bummer. I don't think I can do this just yet because I haven't figured out how to be able to, like, oops, too far. Again. Use creature level. So how would you affect this within the script? It says delete campaign variable, no. Okay. Well, that's a bummer. I don't think I can do that yet. So we have like the bare basics set up for this. We just unfortunately can't do anything yet on terms of like obviously we would do it in on death. It's just I don't understand how this particular module handles variable, like global variables, right? Because it has to be a global variable. It has to be a variable that can be accessed by both of these characters effectively. So if we have, you know, it has to be something like if he dies, then the variable is increased by 1, and if she dies, the variable is increased by 1. On the other side, if it doesn't have that type of a global variable, then we simply need to create a variable for each that is just is dead, effectively, and then set that to 1. So it'd be like vampire lord is dead equals 1, vampire chick, I forget what her name is Brielle. So we say Lucius is dead 1, Brielle is dead 2, right? Or is dead 1, which would set both of those to true. In which case, then we would go back to the old man and just say, check if both of these are 1, and then have another conversation piece. So I think this is probably as close as we're going to get this for the time being. We can go ahead and oops, my bad, we got to close this. We can go ahead and give this a close. Oops, cancel. This is closing. And then we'll open this up, we'll test it, and then I might actually end today's live stream a little early. Poor Riley woke up at like 5:30 this morning and did not go back to sleep for a while. Not for lack of trying. He would fade into sleep, and then I would start to fade into sleep, and then he would wake up and sit up and start to cry a little, but then put himself back to sleep. Parenting is rough because something that I've learned with parenting, which is a very hard thing to deal with when you are a parent, for me to go in there if I am not needed, and a lot of people are going to disagree on what that means, it makes things worse. So if I go in there and I don't, without giving him a chance to self-soothe, he will fully wake up and he will never go back to sleep. So I have to sit and give him time to soothe himself. So sometimes that means letting him cry for a couple of minutes, because if I go in there, like, it might just be him. Maybe not all babies are like this, but it will destroy everything. It will ruin everything for him, especially at 5:30 in the morning. He will not go back to sleep. He'll be devastated when I leave, even more so than me not going in there. I also recognize his cries. Like, if something is actually wrong, I can tell, and I can run in there, obviously, but I definitely know what that is. Yeah, he's a really good sleeper. It's just this particular morning, he was like, no, I'm not. So we're going to go ahead and just run in here and give this a test. I'm tempted to just try and run in without fighting anything, because I just don't want to. Sadly, we have to. So we'll just kind of take a look at how everything now kind of runs and plays. And, you know, the final fight might actually be difficult because we'll have 2 vampire lords and also all those enemies within that dungeon area. Girl! Alright, there you go. And then I could kind of talk to you guys about... Oops. Oh, he's not dead yet. I thought he was dead. I thought I saw a death throw. So, one of the things I could talk to you guys about is just kind of the plan for the Cinderella storyline. One of the things that I kind of want to have is... so I was talking about this last time. I still haven't really decided if I want to do a pre-made character or, you know, force the player to play as a character, which I kind of want to do because, I mean, it's so difficult because the thing about these RPGs is that part of what makes them... Oh, hang on. I mean, we don't need to talk to him. We already know that works. It's not a journal thing, and I have nothing in this that stops you from proceeding if you don't talk to him. So one of the things that we do, like, one of the reasons that I want to have a pre-made character is just simply because, A, it makes level design a little bit easier because I can design enemies around a particular class that I give Cinderella, so that if the player decides they want to play as a different class, you know, and enemies don't really work with that class, I mean, that's always a given, right? She will have the ability to have party members throughout the game. They won't always be with her, which I will have to figure out how to do, but we'll get there. Because they're plot party members. It just depends on what she's doing and what part of the story she's in. But I digress. So, in which case I do have to look up how one would do that. Like, create a pre-made character and force the player to play as that character. So... because when you click for a new module, it automatically asks you if you want to create a character, right? So I wonder if there's a way. I don't think there's a way to, like, disable that as far as I understand. I didn't grab any potions, but I don't think I need any. Anyways. Hey, look at all my cool corpses. These ones are just corpses. These ones are containers. Look, we got a sapphire and a gold ring. Go check out my barrels. I didn't grab the torch at the beginning of the level. Wow, that one gave me bolts. I got thieves' tools. +3. Oh, an acid bomb. Hang on. She can't path to it. So yeah, we have, I think we have, can she not open this one? Open this barrel. There we go. Oh, a torch. Handy, actually, since I forgot to get the torch at the beginning of the level. Did I already get this? Yes, I did. Not that it matters, she could break it. Just between two people. The preferences vary pretty extremely. I usually like to customize almost... Oh, Jesus. Hang on. Character, but my friend wants a more curated experience. Exactly. You see what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm not fully gonna please everyone with this type of... Wow, what is that type of undead? He creepy, bro. He got organs, and they move. He's got, like, tendons and stuff. You. So here we go. Here we are. There should be enemies right here. Did I spawn past the trigger? No, because there are enemies right here. Wait, did it not keep all of the spawns? Aw, I'm super disappointed now. My super fancy, like, put a whole bunch of different spawns for one trigger didn't work. I wonder what the thought, well, I wonder what the logic on that is, because it lets you. When I said I want to jiggle physics, is not what I had in mind. Yeah, seriously, look at that. The guts move out of the skeleton's body. That's crazy. Anyways, we'll probably learn more about all of this stuff as I go through the tutorial book. So it's definitely one of those two things, right? Like if it's a curated experience, the player is going to have an overall better time, right? Ooh, what is that? A lightning arrow. I am definitely getting items that are based off of her level. Because I don't even think I've seen some of these items. Look at that. My Heelys. I have Heelys. We can go over into this area. Oops, corpse. 57 gold. Yeah, so, you know, one of the... Wait, there's this chest over here. Crate, even. Boop, boop, boop. And now we have tons of Healy items, right? Like, look at that. We can pop the torch over here. We can pop our potion of serious wounds. Yeah, and we have light wounds. And we have some moderate wound potions. There we go. Beautiful. Done. Handled. All right. What was I saying? Right. So it's a hard decision to make. I kind of look forward to being able to make like custom books with my own lore and stuff like that. That's one thing that I really like. I have a bastard sword that I cannot use. And so, I mean, it also begs a question, like, if I allow the player to create their own character, I'm going to have to customize other aspects of the story, right? So, if Cinderella is for sure a female because of the way that I make her, right? Oh my god, a lich? A vampire priest? Oh my god. Look, they got summoned in as part of the undead. Oh no. Oh, this is... I might not do too well. I might have to change what type of enemy is summoned here, because this is gnarly. Turn undead. Oh, she's been stunned. Or dazed. Oh dear. Okay, we're gonna have to change what types of enemies are summoned with that. We've learned something about our balancing that obviously didn't go very well. I should have saved. I mean, I wasn't expecting her to have any problems, so. But I digress. Anyways, so one of the other problems that we have with Cinderella not being a set character is, the prince character, right? We could make him a flat, just the prince, and then regardless of what your character chooses, it's a romance, right? Um, so the problem with that, obviously, is that it is a forced type of romance, regardless of what character you choose, which completely obliterates the entire point of customization. And at that point, you may as well just have a set Cinderella character. So if we have Cinderella, you know, be a customizable character, I'm going to have to try to find a way to make the prince a customizable character as well. And I don't know if you can do that. Um, I wonder if there's a way to find out. Hang on. Might as well just. So. Let's see. How do I want to phrase this question? You have to phrase your questions correctly. Custom. Can player create custom NPC? Am I Oh, I am. I'm like, why does it keep correcting toolset? It's because I'm typing toolist. Lich ain't nothing to mess with. No, it ain't. Create a creature. Well, that's not really what I want. I don't know if this is going to answer. I'm getting confused since I love the original Neverwinter Nights. Okay, so this is for Neverwinter Nights 2. Alright, so that's not helpful. Module creation, part 3. Player character creation. Right. Creating a regular PC and using this. My current character has demonic wings and a tail. I would avoid. What does this say? I would avoid what? Has banned my IP address. I've never been here. What? I've never been to this website. Alright, that's all weird. I've never been to that website. That's feckin' weird. I wonder if it's like they banned all IP addresses, or they have like you have to be whitelisted to access the website. Anyways. This might be. Custom henchman. Okay. I wonder. Might just be a default. Yeah, I mean, for sure, we'll solve a lot of issues if we just have a custom Cinderella. Let me see if there's something in here that could potentially lead to what I'm looking for. The C language. Objects, encounters, and triggers. Creatures, conversations, and the journal. Maybe in that section. What? That's not true. I know where I'm at, so I'm just gonna. It says. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. That explains a lot. I can't count. Okay. Advanced. I mean, I guess one way to find out is to. What we could do is go into. We want creatures, and then we want custom. So we want to go to the trigger wizard. Assign palette category. Ooh, we haven't done this. A generic trigger. Oh God, scripts. Alright, so I guess another thing that we can look up is Neverwinter Nights. Because I actually haven't looked at this. I've only seen people talk about this. So I'm just assuming that you can do this. Create pre-made. No, we want to do force pre-made character. Shit. Oh, actually, I'm curious about this question. I want to see what people think of. That's what the presets are there for. It's not a trap. I'd recommend building your own. However, it's part of the fun. Okay, that's fine. I was just curious to see what people thought of the pre-made characters, because there are some games where the pre-made characters aren't good. One of those is Steamworks, I think it's called. It's oh wait, I missed your. The end is way bigger on the inside. It is a little bit, but that's okay. um. I want to. I wonder if this is even possible. Because maybe that's a Neverwinter Nights 2 thing that they allow you to do, and you cannot force a character in this type of a module. You won't be able to bring your character over from the RPG, and you'll just start with either one of the pre-made. Neverwinter Nights 2 is the most exhaustive character creation. Huh. That's going to be... See, finding stuff for this is actually kind of difficult. I'm curious. We're going to pop over to Reddit. We'll go over to... Hello. Thank you. Neverwinter Nights. And then we're going to search for... We might find something. Anyone know? So after a decade and a half of playing and beating the original campaign. I mean, we could just put, like... Interesting. Alright, this isn't exactly what I want, but I'm curious. I have an NPC and I basically want the player to look like that NPC. I'm using the CEP's dynamic human for the NPC and I customize them pretty heavily. I want the player to have a similar look and I'm not sure how to achieve it. You probably want to use get creature body part or set creature body part. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Is Neverwinter Nights still a one-party game? One person? You can only take one henchman and you never really get a chance to take the others because if you are not a rogue, Tommy is. So he's mandatory unless you want to find the game. You want to end the game at the first locked chest or door? Huh? That's not true. Anyways, that's not important. What's this? Out of curiosity. Nope, that's a bug. Okay. So that's not it. Preset. No. No. Bulls. Alright. So, okay, theoretically, we could... Can I go back to the... Can I just go back to it? Okay. There's a... Oh, wow. This is still very active. 19 hours, 1 hour, 2 days ago, 1 day ago. There was a person who, in here, was talking about making a module, and they were going to force a preset player character, which was why I had this in my head as an option, and I would love to find that post again. How do you give an item? No, I don't think you can, actually. My friend just downloaded Neverwinter Nice 1 or 2 for have the most spells, ancient language. I don't remember when I read it. That was probably like a week ago. I'll have the fun of trying to find answers for something this old. Feel lost. I've always wanted to learn that. The tool set. Bro, let me recommend this thing. This thing's pretty great. It still works, honestly. Oh, here, wait, is it this one? I'll keep this brief. It's not just a platform for persistent worlds, it's also a platform for multiplayer. Never mind. About to buy this game. Can someone explain weapon finesse? Oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna find this. Ooh, that's a lovely picture. User Camarilla. Camarilla. Friendo. Do you play Vampire the Masquerade? Oh man. I'm like looking for this in the worst way that I could possibly look for. This is 2 weeks ago now we're at, and I don't see the post. Ah. I have no idea how far back to go because I can't remember when I looked at it because I got distracted for a bit. So of course I'm just like, wait, this is familiar. This is familiar. I remember looking at that. I remember looking at, wait, okay, hang on. I've read these. Is there a mod? For the developed an idea for mod. Oh god, it was this one. I found it. Okay, this mod I'm planning for NWNEE. You play as an established character, and although I haven't thought of her class yet, I will explain how it'll work. Papa bless. Okay. So this person says a mod does that. So surely this is a possibility. I'm gonna post. I wanted to ask really fast. The mod you're working on. You're saying, no, hang on. You're thinking of basically having the player play as a preset character, correct? I'm considering doing something similar for a mod I'm working on, but I'm not sure how to force a pre-made character into a module, or if even that's possible. And I know this on Google is turning out to be an impossibility. Well, how do? I try to be polite when asking for help. I'm going to ask really fast what you're working on. You're thinking of basically having the player, correct? I'm considering doing something similar for a mod I'm working on, but I'm not sure how to force a pre-made character into a module, or even if that's possible. Find out something that's going to be a possibility. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Boom. All right, well, I'll find out later. I'll find out later if that's possible. So there you go. Welcome to programming in a nutshell. When you don't know how to do something, you look it up. So I don't think that's it. I want to delete this. Oh, I love this one too. Do you wish to delete this blueprint? Yes. So I think potentially what someone was mentioning, which is in my brain now. So they said you might want to, for the person who was talking about using a way a character looks, right? They said you might want to use character parts, which was there was a script for forcing character parts onto a character, which is interesting. I just one of the things that I'm a little concerned about is like if I can't disable the wizard, right? So not the automatic character creation when you start up a new module, like I if you can't disable that, then and if the player doesn't read your description, which you assume that they would read the description in order to play your module, right? If I wonder if there's a forum. I know there is a forum, but Neverwinter Nights modules. Yeah, this one. So there is a forum. There's a chat as well. Oh, hey, I recognize this module for this type of forum. It's another forum that I inhabit that uses this format template. I think that template is probably the right one. Custom content to scripting. So I'm sure if I look through here, I'll probably find something, or I can even post something and be like, "Hey, is there a possibility?" So I mean, it's one of those things, right? There has to be a way for me, maybe even through just straight up programming, which I'll probably become more familiar with as I go through this. There's gotta be a way to either force a pre-made character at the beginning or allow the player to create an NPC, right? Just looking it up on Google is a mess, and I can't find what I'm looking for. I think I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream here. I actually meant to end this 30 minutes ago, so well done me. We had fun sitting on Reddit looking for answers and on Google. I'm sure you guys enjoyed that. At least we had Stardew Valley music to listen to, right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream here. But thank you very much, everybody, seriously, for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this or had fun. Um, creating a module and doing any sort of programming or level design, and especially learning how to make one, can be tedious or all that stuff. But I still like to think that it's fun. There's all sorts of things that I'll talk to you guys about when we get into actually deciding. Yeah, we'll call it a draw, exactly. When we get into deciding like what we want to do. Basically, I just have two options and I need to figure out, I guess, which one is more viable for the module. I may have picked something that's going to be quite difficult to implement into Neverwinter Nights purely because I'm following a kind of strict like template for a story. So we know Cinderella has a prince and we know all sorts of other stuff. There's ways to get around other things, like we could potentially give, we'll just create a dress item for Cinderella. I'm going to tilt this cuz I'm leaning back. My back kind of hurts. Um the carriage, no idea how we're going to do that. I'll just create like I don't know if there's a pumpkin, maybe I can enlarge it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we'll figure it out. So the idea, I mean, there's a lot of the other things we can get creative with, but there's obviously some beats to Cinderella that's kind of hard to just erase, right? Now, I could theoretically just straight up be like, "Hey, yo, the prince is a preset character. It's gonna be a romance between Cinderella and the prince, or an implied romance." I could have multiple. I'm thinking I'm gonna have multiple endings. There's gonna be a good ending and a bad end. There's gonna be a few endings. I might go Dragon Age with the endings and just have the ending alter depending on variables, but we'll get into that later as I decide the game plan for this module. It's gonna be a long time before we get started on this because clearly we are missing out on some very important aspects of creating the module. That said, Yeah, there's a lot of beats to this that are kind of difficult to just ignore. I was saying I could just put in the description, like, hey, it's recommended that you choose a female character or you create a brand new character for this. I mean, I know that there are modules, I think, that don't allow you to import characters. Surely, I don't know. I'll do some digging, because I don't know that this book is even going to talk about exactly what I'm looking for this module. So I might pop into that forum and just kind of be like, hey guys, pardon me. And I don't know if other people have asked this. Looking this up online has been a trial, and just see what they say. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully, I'll have some more answers by the next live stream. If not, we'll just power through the manual. I know we literally, I mean, most of this was just being creative and seeing, working with things that I've learned how to do. We discovered a few things that it can't do. We've discovered a few things that are very difficult. Like, I definitely do not need that second party of undead all. There's two settings. There's like an undead medium, which is what we had in the upper level, and then we had an undead all, and that's what summoned the lich because I think that was based off of her level, and those were not medium level like they weren't moderate. They were just based off her level. And because they summoned 3 to 5 and there were two groups that were very close to each other, they were just a little overpowered. So I could probably delete one of those and then scoot one back a little bit to make it a little less terrible. But I digress. Anyways, I'm sorry. My brain is like rolling right now because I love this stuff. Like I'm so excited. I had a blast. Like this is great. It's everything I hoped for. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching and yeah. Bye.